Morning, glorious. That's how Xenon, girl of the 21st century fans, remember her bright, confident, and full of sparkle. But this week, actress Kirsten Storms revealed news that has left her fans both shocked and inspired. The 41-year-old star, beloved for her roles in Disney's Xenon franchise and as Maxie Jones on General Hospital, has now she's preparing for brain surgery after doctors discovered a new aneurysm. The revelation came directly from Kirsten herself, shared with raw honesty on Instagram. "My brain seems to be sort of low-key, rebelling against me." She wrote a simple but powerful statement from someone who's been through this before. For Kirsten, this new medical challenge comes for years after her first major health scare. When doctors discovered a cyst that required immediate surgery, that procedure in 2021 was successful, and at the time, she told fans she was grateful just to feel normal again. But during a follow-up scan earlier this year, doctors spotted something new, a small aneurysm they couldn't remove at the time. The discovery set in motion months of quiet preparation and private strength as Kirsten faced yet another fight for her health. "It was such a shocking moment," she later said, describing how surreal it felt to hear the words brain aneurysm. Now, with another surgery scheduled later this month, Kirsten is choosing transparency over fear. There's vulnerability in her posts, but also humor, resilience, and the same charm that made audiences fall in love with her as Xenon Car, Supernova Girl, they called her. And in true supernova fashion, Kirsten is facing her next chapter with light and grace. It's been over 2 decades since she first burst into pop culture orbit as the futuristic teen hero in Xenon, girl of the 21st century. The Disney Channel original movie became a defining hit of the early 2000s, inspiring to sequels and turning Storms into a household name for a generation of fans who grew up quoting her cosmic slang. Morning glorious, major spifferific, and of course, fully stellanarious. Her bubbly energy carried over seamlessly into daytime television, where she took on the role of Maxie Jones in General Hospital, a part she's played for more than 20 years. Over that time, viewers watched Kirsten grow up on screen from impulsive young fashion assistant to fierce, devoted mother and one of the show's most complex women. Her portrayal earned her loyal fans and industry praise, but behind the scenes, Kirsten faced health battles that often forced her to pause, recover, and rebuild. In 2011, she stepped away from General Hospital for medical reasons, later returning with her trademark humor and resilience. Then, in 2021, came the cyst surgery, a frightening ordeal that she faced publicly, turning her recovery into a story of hope for anyone dealing with invisible illnesses. The actress finds herself preparing once again for a major operation, this time for an aneurysm, a weakened blood vessel that can rupture if left untreated. In her Instagram post, Kirsten kept things as positive as ever, assuring fans she's in good hands and focusing on her health. "I've learned not to panic," she wrote. "I trust my doctors, and I trust the timing. This is just another part of my story." That story has recently taken her away from the bright lights of Los Angeles to a quieter, more peaceful setting in Tennessee. "It's a move," she says, "has changed everything, slowing her pace, grounding her energy, and giving her time to heal both physically and emotionally. I needed to breathe." Kirsten shared in a past interview, "Life in LA can move so fast. I wanted to live somewhere where I could just be." In Tennessee, she's found a rhythm that feels more human. Mornings spent walking with her daughter, evenings with family, and time to reflect away from the demands of daily production schedules. Still, her heart remains tied to General Hospital, a show she's called home since 2005. "I know Frank Valentini and the producers understand my reasons," she said, expressing deep gratitude for the support she's received from her GH family. "They've always been there for me. I'm so grateful they're giving me the time I need." Storms revealed that if her recovery goes as planned, she hopes to return to the soap later this year, maybe November, possibly December. "I'll be back," she said simply, with the quiet confidence of someone who's weathered storms before, both literally and figuratively. That unwavering determination has always defined her as Xenon. She told young viewers to believe in themselves, to dream big, to fight fear with curiosity, and to never stop looking toward the stars as Maxie Jones. She's shown that same spirit, surviving loss, love, and every twist a soap opera could possibly deliver. And as Kirsten Storms, the woman behind those roles, she continues to live that message every day, choosing strength, humor, and hope, even in the face of uncertainty. Her fans have flooded social media with messages of love and support, posting throwback clips, heartfelt notes, and personal stories about how Kirsten inspired them. One comment reads, "She was my childhood hero as Zenon and my grown-up comfort as Maxie. She's got this." Another says simply, "Major love, Kirsten. Fully Stellanarius strength to you." It's a reminder of the deep connection she's built over more than 2 decades in front of the camera, one that goes far beyond character arcs or ratings. For Kirsten, it's always been about authenticity. She's never shied away from showing the messy parts, the fatigue, the hospital visits, the anxiety. Her openness about mental health and physical challenges has made her not just a beloved actress, but a relatable voice in an industry that often hides the hard stuff. "I've learned that being honest helps me heal," she once said, "and if it helps someone else, even a little, then it's worth sharing." Now, as she faces another surgery, her honesty continues to shine. Friends from across the entertainment world have reached out, from former Zenon co-stars to her General Hospital castmates, all echoing the same message. She's not alone. Fans remember that, in her Zenon movies, whenever things looked impossible, she'd find a way, often with a smile, a wild plan, and a phrase that made every kid believe they could handle anything. That energy still defines her, even while preparing for brain surgery. Kirsten remains optimistic, posting lighthearted updates, thanking her doctors, and reminding followers to check in on their own health. Because if there's one thing she's learned, it's that life doesn't always give you warning signs. Her journey from Disney star to daytime icon to health advocate is proof of that. And through it all, her resilience continues to inspire. "She's always been a fighter," says a General Hospital insider. "Even when she's scared, she leads with humor." That's Kirsten. She finds the light. That light is what fans see and what keeps them rooting for her. As her surgery date approaches, she's surrounded by family, close friends, and a community that has grown with her since she first beamed into our hearts as a girl from the future. As an adult, facing one of the hardest challenges of her life, Kirsten is showing the same courage she once taught her fans, that no matter what comes next, you can face it one Stellanarius step at a time. Her story is a reminder that behind every familiar face on screen is a real human being, fighting real battles with the same mix of fear, faith, and hope we all share. For Kirsten Storms, the next chapter begins not under bright lights or scripted lines, but in the quiet strength of recovery and in the love of millions who believe in her. Because whether it's Zenon, Maxie, or simply Kirsten, one thing has always been true. She's a star whose light refuses to fade. And this time, that light shines even brighter.